Now we are going to do our lab. So stop share and let me share this one. For the chapter 6, we are going to do one of the exercise here. We'll only do the first one. Here it asks us to write an application for the computer assisted instructions. The problem is like that. The use of computers in education is referred to as computer assisted instruction. Please write a program that helps an elementary school students learn the multiplication using secure random object to produce two positive one-digit integers. The program should then prompt the user with a question such as, how much is 6 times 7? And the students then input the answer. Next, the problem checks the student's answer. If it is correct, we should display the message, very good, and exit another multiplication question. If the answer is wrong, display the message, no, please try again. And let the students try the same questions repeatedly until the student finally gets it right. A separate method should be used to generate each new questions. And this method should be called once when the application begins execution and each time the user answers the question correctly. So here it means that we are going to write an application with two methods. The first method is to generate the question, and the second method is to check the question's answer. So if you still cannot understand the question, you can get a book from our Brightspace. There is a link to the book, and go to the page 242 there, and you will find this answer there. But now I will switch to the IntelliJ and write this application. Okay, give me a time. Okay, I don't know what happened with the IntelliJ. Okay, it's running. All right. Okay, here we are. So let me write the application from start. We are going to create a module. We call it lab 6, right? Where is create? Okay, here is the create. And we are going to source. Let's new a Java application, a Java class. Okay, we name it as, let me see, computer system instruction. Okay, if you don't know how to write the application, just observe me to write it. You are not required to write it by yourself, but in current phase, at least you should know what I am doing. For example, here I'm creating the class, computer assisted instruction. Okay. Now we have our class. So in the class, since we are going to using the random, we are going to randomly create the test number here. We can using the random packages. Actually, if you write the code private first, static final random, okay, it will import the random automatically. It is data type random numbers, and then we new random. Awesome. And this is the way how can we using the random package and the random object to create a random numbers. And then we are going to, since we are going to calculate, so we'll have to declare instance. We declare a variable to store our answer, right? So we can use private. Here, no matter you use the private or public, and they are all acceptable. The type is int, and we name it answer. Answer. Okay, here. Default value for the answer is 0, although I didn't assign anything to them. So here we are going to write a method now, like a method to print a new question and store the correct, what to spell? Corresponding answer. Okay, how can we write a method? Let's record it. So first we should have our modifier, right? Is it a public method or a private method? Let's say, suppose it is a public method, right? And should we have a return value or no return value? Since we are only going to print a new question and store the corresponding answer, we are not expecting the program giving us anything, right? So it's supposed to be a void method. That means the method doesn't give us a return value. And then what is the method name? Let's say it is create question, right? And we don't pass anything to, we don't pass any arguments to it currently. And then inside the method, we can declare 2 variables to generate the random numbers. Okay, let's say get 2 random numbers. Here we can declare these 2 variables as digit 1, right? And since we already create a random object there, it's a static. So since it is a static method, that means when we are using this variable, we do not need to create an instance. We can call it directly, right? So that means we can using the method directly, random numbers, and then dot next int. Okay, since it is the digits we are going to generate is 1 digit, right? That means this is the range for this digit is from 0 to 9. So here we can write the range here, bound. Okay, but let me highlight static method here. Static method without creating an instance. As you can see here, right? We are using the static. And for the second one, it's the same thing. The difference is that we are just changing the numbers for the digit. So we should, since we are going to I mean, the computer assisted instructions is going to like teach the students the additions, right? So we have to have the another like we'll have to calculate, or the multiplication. We'll have to record the digit 1 multiplied by digit 2, the answer for the digits. So that's the answer. Then let's print out salt. We're using a format. How much is the digit 1 times digit 2? Okay, that's it. And here you may question that here, why the answer, we don't declare its data type. You have to know that here we are declaring the answers from the line 7. And since it is a global variable, that means the scope for the answer is starting from the line 7 to the end of this program. So even inside this method, the answer is still, the variable of the answer is still valid. So we can use it inside without extra declaration. That's for it. And then we will have our answers here. And after this method, we are going to write another method that is to check whether the response get from the users is the same as the answers calculated here. So let's write the second method, that is public void
Ellos no pueden ver qué hace mejor.
check
¿Por qué yo peleo tanto también? En verdad, yo peleo
response.
demasiado.
Okay, since we are going to check response, that means we are going to pass something to it, right? So the students should give the program what his or her answers for the multiplication. So we say, suppose they are guessing, so we pass a guess to this method. Okay, and then we'll have to compare the student's guess with the truly answers. We can use an if statement, right? And if statement, here we are going to write a Boolean expression to compare the guess with the answers we have just calculated in the create question method there. If they are true, or if they are not equal to the other side, that means, okay, the answer is no. So we'll have to prompt something according to the problem statement. That is, no. Please try again. Otherwise, we are using the else statement here. Else we say salt. Okay, very good. You're awesome. You make it right, right? If they are equal to, if the guess is equal to the answer. I think there is an extra requirement in our problem that once it gets it correct, we should create another question. So here, It's very interesting. Inside the check response, we call the create questions. And then a new question is automatically generated. And this is the class for the computer assisted instructions class. It's not difficult, but you still have to digest. The first thing is here, we are creating a static variable that is the random numbers. It's an instance. It's also a method because we are going to using its next next int method there, right? But here we only using the new here, new random. That means we create this object. And once we create this object here, we call it the dot next int, method, so that we can create the digits, generated digits in random. And then for the answers, we declare it, we create it and declare it in the line 6 here, but it is valid throughout the whole create questions and the check response method. So you just create it once, but you can use it everywhere. That is because you are declaring it outside the method scope. If you are declare it inside the scope, okay, you can only using the answer inside the corresponding method. However, in the other method, this variable is no longer valid. That is the scope. Okay, and then let's write a test-driven class here. Let me create a Java class. Here, let's say it's a computer assisted instruction test. Okay, this is a test. Here, let's create an application. We're just created here. As we know that class is a specific type of Java class, right? So here, let's first create our main method, and then we are going to create an application now that is a computer assisted instruction, which is this one. And then we give it a name that is application, right? And then we new the application. Okay, now we have our application. Okay, it's a little bit, we have created our application now, right? Here, this one is, this is a data type, right? A data type, this data type is we just created here. Computer assisted instruction. We have two methods there. The first method of this application is create question. The second method is check the response. Okay, then let's see how can we using this application to achieve what we want. Then we declare a scanner to get the user input. And then we call the application dot. Okay, let's see how it call the method there. Since it is not a static method, it is only a normal method. So we'll have to create the application here, right? Application, new application. And then we have the application's name, that is the instance name. And then we using the dot and then followed by the method name, create questions. So let's stop here and take a look. If I run this program, Oh, sorry, this is employee test. I'll have to change it to current here. If we are calling the application create questions, as you can see here, it will call this method, right? Create question. How much is, okay, it gives 1 times 1 there. But what if I changed my mind and I want to generate another question? So let's rewrite. Okay, now this time it's changed to how much is 6 times 7. Let's get back to the application's code here, right? That means for the digit 1, it's randomly generated as 6. For the digit 2, it's 7. This is a system output corresponding to this prompt. Okay, let's get back to our test code. Now it's time to get the user input. How they guess 6 times 7? What is the multiplications result? Okay, first let's write a prompt. So here, please, let's say enter your answer. And we can say that -1 to exit. Okay, let's remove the line. That means the things you are going to input is immediately followed by the column. And then we declare the guess there. And that is the input dot next int. Okay, now we are here to get the user input as the guess, the user's guess for the multiplication. And after that, we are using the while loop to make comparison. If the guess is not equal to -1, that means the users is not going to exit this program, right? So here we are calling the application's check response method. Application dot check response. And then we pass the guess there. And once we call this method, once we call this method and inside the computer instruction, assisted instructions, this method, it will make comparisons between the user's guess with the answers calculated, which is the correct answers calculated by the program here. Once it's called this method here, okay? And then let's get back to the test. And after that, we can give some user input here to ask them to enter the answer for the next questions, because we have create another questions once the user's answer is correct, right? And then we create another question. So that's why we are going to have another prompt that ask the users to enter another guess for the new question. And also we are going to taking the new guess there for the new question. So that is the end for this program. Let me run the whole program now. Okay, as you can see here, how much is 9 times 9? Suppose here I'm going to input the -1. Let's see. Okay, the program ended, right? Okay, let me rerun it. So here it asked me how much is 7 times 1. Suppose I guess it is 8. So it says, no, please try again. Why it gives me such a prompt? Let's go back to the application's code. Here it says that if the guess is not equal to the real answer, so the program should print out a prompt that indicating no, please try again. That is the same, right? But here, what if I make it correct, like 7? Okay, very good, right? It's very good. And immediately after the very good, it create another new question there. Okay, how much is 1 times 6? And then the code is getting back to the test there. And after that, right, enter your answer. This one is corresponding to this line. Please enter your answer. So here, if I say that is 6, okay, it will generate a new prompt indicating me that, okay, I'm doing good. And a new question is coming out. So here, I don't want to answer, so I input the -1 to stop this application. All right, that is this application. So I will upload the codes to the Brightspace. So please download it and try to run on your local machine. I don't expect you to write by yourself. You may practice after the course, but currently just make it run and let me know if you have any problems with successfully running it. Okay, I saw there is 14 students. So if any students who missed the deadline for the exam 2, I have extended the exams, so you can still take in the exams, but I will deduct like 5% or 10% from your total grades for the exam 2. But you are still getting some points there. So be sure to submit your exams by the 25th of this week. All right, I will upload the code now. Okay, our code there, right? Lab 4. Okay, I didn't upload. Okay, lab 5, I didn't upload, but it's okay. No. Let me find out the Can I open it in Explorer? Yeah, I can. This is lab 5, lab 6. Okay, I have uploaded the code for the lab 6. Please download it and try it on your local machine. And we will continue our array lab 10 minutes. Okay, that is 55. I'll give you 10 minutes to try. Yeah. All right, since you don't report any problems, I will suspect that you can run the code successfully. And then we will do some labs on the arrays. Actually, for the arrays, actually for the arrays, I have looking at the homework, but I don't think the homeworks are a better starting point for you. So I get some LeetCode problems for you to practice. Actually, for this for these two sum examples, some of students who attend the last lectures before the spring recess, we have do it together, right? But now since we have already learned the arrays, so I think we should record it. We should review it for better practice. And let me explain the problems for those who didn't participate the last session. The problem is that given you an array of integers, that is the nums and an integer target, nums here, target here, they are given you as parameters there. And return the indexes of the two numbers such that they add up to as target. That means I am giving you a 1D array, that is the numbers, and you can add you add them, try them one by one. Since it is an array, right? There are multiple elements there. You add them one by one until you find any two of the elements. They add up is equal to the target. So let's see this example. Suppose I'm giving you the numbers array that is 2, 7, 11, 15 there, right? Your target is to find the indexes of the two numbers that add them together is 9. For example, here, the index 0 and the index 1, they add up together and get to the 9 there. So your answer should return 0 and 1. And then let's write this program in our IntelliJ, so we can write a test case there. Because in LeetCode, what you have to do is you only need to write the logic. You don't need to create your test cases. So to some extent, it's a good place for you to practice logic, but to another extent, to another aspect, it's not easy for you to, I mean, when you are just starting, it's not easy for you to understand the logic. So I will do this problem in the IntelliJ. Okay, let me switch it. let me create another module. Oh, yeah, let me rename it. Oh, I cannot. Oh, I can. So, lab 07. Oh, why? So let me remove it. Delete it. Okay, I'll create a new module. Okay, one thing for the computer science, good thing is that if you make something wrong, you just correct it. Okay, now we have our lab 7. Here, let's create a new Java class that is TwoSum. Okay, here inside the TwoSum, let's create our TwoSum method there. Public, this method is public, static. It is almost the same thing as displayed in the LeetCode. The different thing is that we have one more keywords static there because we are going to create the test case by ourselves. TwoSum. Int numbers. The parameters are the same thing as displayed in the LeetCode website. Int target. Okay, now why it indicates something? Okay, meeting return in statement. Of course, I haven't finished. So inside this logic, that means we are going to suppose we are given a numbers of arrays, right? And we are going to find the index for this program, and that making the numbers add together up to target. So here, first thing we are going to do is first we should get the length of the arrays, right? So we declare a variable n that is equal to the nums dot length. So then we write a for loop there. We loop it over. The first time we loop the first we find the first index, that is int I is equal to starting from 0, and I is smaller than then, and I plus plus. Inside this for loop, we write another for loop. So because we have to find two index, right? That the positions value add together is up to target. So we'll iterate the for loop twice. Int j is equal to I plus 1, because the two indexes are different. And they both smaller than n. J plus plus. If nums I plus nums j is equal to target. So here we are almost getting there. So in here, if numbers I plus numbers j is equal to target, okay, I think I should copy let me copy something so that you'll know what we are going to do. And I think I should zoom in. Okay, well, it's a little bit smaller now, but I hope you can still see it clearly. Here inside the for loop, we say if numbers I plus numbers j are equal to target. In this case, that the I is pointing here, right? Starting from 0. The j is starting the right-hand side. Sorry, this is the right-hand side of the first index. This is I is here, starting from this one, and the j is starting from the second position, which is one position away from I, right? So 2 and 7. And if they find that numbers I, 2 plus number 7 is equal to target, so then we can return the index there. We can new int array I and j. Here, I would say that you have to remember how to return the index, which is we didn't talk about it during our previous lectures, but this is the things you have to memorize by yourself. That's computer science. Sometimes you still have to memorize the content. And actually, this is the whole logic for this program. But here we'll have to we still have to complete it, but to write our own test case. But currently, let's go back to the LeetCode website to see whether this logic is good or not. So let me copy this logic and then go back to here. Okay, this is the things I'm right? So as you can see, the public in our code, there is a static thing. But in LeetCode, we don't have it because it is automatic tested. So let me submit it and see whether it is wrong or not. Okay, I should log in. Okay, let me log in. Oh, Jesus. I should log in using my GitHub. Okay, let me submit it. Awesome. It says that missing return statement. Okay, what's the problem? Oh, yeah. I'm missing a. If nothing fine, then we return. Let me see. Otherwise, what should I return? It doesn't say anything. And we return an empty thing. Let's check. Okay, as you can see, my answer is accepted there, right? So let me copy this one to our IntelliJ. That means here we'll have to write a new line of code there. Okay, since we are in IntelliJ, we are going to test our own test cases. Here we'll have to write a main method there. Let's see PSVM here. And then we create our main method. As you can see, if you create your main method, there is a small triangle, green triangle buttons there to give you a try to verify your answer. So here we create our test case here. We first declare and initialize our numbers array. For example, here, the int. Let's recall how can we declare and initialize array. First is the data type, that is int. And then with 2 brackets there, right? Okay, I cannot remember what's the name for it, but you know, even if I call it brackets. And then we declare a variable name that is numbers1. And then we're using a one-line statement to initialize it. 2, 7, 11, 15. Awesome. And then we have our array now. And then let's define our target. That is 9. Right? And once we have decided the numbers and the targets, which corresponding to these two parameters there, and then we can call this method. Then we int result. We're using an array to take the indexes of the result. So result 1. Numbers 1. Target 1. Okay, we pass the array and the target. The array and the target to this method. And then let's see how is the result solved. Output. Here we are using the string concatenation. Result 1. Oh no. Okay. The first position means the first index, right? And then, okay, what's that? Sorry. Plus, we should include a comma there, right? And the plus, you should be very careful. The second position plus, okay. All right, this is the output for this test. Okay, let's try it. Okay, as you can see, the output is 0, 1, right? Which is the same thing as the example. Okay, but what if I change the sequence, like 2, 7? I change the 7 to here. 2, 11, 7, 15. Okay, let's try. Awesome, it still can find the first index is 0, which corresponding to these two. The second index is index 2, which is 0, 1, 2, pointing to the 7. And the 2, 7 are when they are adding together, they get the result of 9. Okay, so it is for the for this problem. I will upload the answer to the. I will upload this code to our Brightspace, but I require you to register a LeetCode account and submit a snapshot of the accept to the Brightspace. So you'll have to write this application, write this solution in the LeetCode and give me an evidence that you have completed this problem. Okay, I give you 15 minutes. And concurrently, I will create a homework there. Okay, hi everyone. It's your time. Okay, everyone, please go to the chat box, and I have given you the link to the LeetCode problem. So please create an account and submit your solution to there. Once you get accepted, please get a screenshot and upload to the Spricebrace homework. I'm currently creating the homework there. Okay, let me create it on quiz or maybe assignment. But we don't have so much assignment. Okay, LeetCode practice, no problem. And if you have any problems with creating your account and any problems of how to like access to this problem or how to submit it, you don't know how to submit your solutions, please let me know. Okay, and I have shared the screens. I have shared my screens to you, so I think you can follow the code I giving you and go through the process to practice the LeetCode problem. Although it is not required in the syllabus, but I think it's better for you to practice so. Because when you are going to find an interview or job, usually they will give you an OA, that is online assessment, which is pretty similar to the problems there. I mean, similar to the LeetCode. So it's better for you to know how to practice. At least you should practice by yourself. Anyone is truly trying doing the legal problem now? Although I know not, I know some of you may not try, just wasting time there. But I just want to know whether there is truly somebody is doing there. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I'm not good at lecturing, but I'll try my best because I know currently with AI, you are smart to learn by yourself. But things is that you should be, I mean, follow the industry steps to learn how to make preparations to secure a job. So I'm trying my best to let you know from my experience that how to get a job. But thanks anyway. Thanks for those who are trying to do so. Oh, I didn't upload my code there. Okay, I also upload the two sum code in the IntelliJ to the lab 7, which is located in the Brightspace. Go to the content and go to the codes, go to the lab 7. You will find the two sum code there. You can copy and paste, or you can just write the code as per the share screen. And once you have done, please submit screenshot to the assignment there. I create an assignment there, although it only deserves 1 point. Um, If you have done, please let me know, because for today we will have another task. That is, you have to publish something on the discussions forum, so that I can give you another 5 points towards your total points. It is required. Otherwise, you will lose 5 points there. Oh, great. Thank you, Brandon. Have you submit your screenshot to the assignment? Okay, okay. Great. Um, for the don't say sorry to me. No apologies there. For the leak code, please submit to the assignment. And after that, please go to the discussion and post 5 messages. You can say, you can introduce yourself using 5 sentences, or you can put some questions there. Anything, if you like. Okay, okay. No problem. So our course maybe end a little bit later today. I don't know where it is. Can you see any thread? Or maybe you can start your own thread there. Because from my view is quite different from yours. As you can see here, I have a forum for questions, one for introductions, but I don't know what you can see from your side. So anyway, at least no matter from my forum or you create your own thread, please write something there. Yeah. 5 messages. Everybody, 5 messages. Anything you want. Like today is a nice day, and my name is some. My major, another sentence is my major is what, or I will graduate anything, or I like some food or any fruits. Just write 5 messages there. So I can give you the 5 points. And after you're done, you can leave now today. Okay, let's see. Because I'm sharing my screen. So you can also know from you can see from my side. Anything maybe you can introduce or questions? Both. Because I need you to leave some evidence to get the credits. Okay, I saw some posts there. Brianna, okay, great job. You have an introduction. Good job. And then trying to leave another message like, I'm a 2nd-year student, or I'm the 3rd-year student. Or maybe you can split a whole sentence into 5 parts. Good job. Now I can see something there. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, awesome. Joanna, good job. I received a second one. Yeah. 5 sentence introduction. Wow, you are doing 3D models in an application called Blender. Good for you. I saw it. I saw it. Thanks. I will give you the credits. Actually, I'm teaching the computer graphics at Medgar Evers College. And for this course, I only have 4 students, and both of the 4 students don't like this course, but they have to take it to get the credits to graduate. It's not easy to study something like the games and the 3D modeling. It's difficult. Yeah, don't worry. I think our school will provide you a better course here. Especially when you are trying to do something more complex, you have to learn the linear math, right? Linear algebra, a lot of transformation things. Last week when I teaching them the transformation view and how to do the linear algebra, oh, the 4 students is making noise downside. And they are fighting together and they ignored me. I'm a little bit upset, but I understand that not every student likes such a thing. But I'm proud of you that you are trying to do that. It's not easy, I would say. Okay, for students, please, you can leave now if if you finished to submit your introductions and anything to the thread there, it's fine. Or you may do it later. Okay, I saw it now. Wolf Muhammad. Oh, good for you. Actually, you can also post some questions in the another discussion like here for the questions there. You can also post some questions. Anything you want, actually. Anything. Yeah, you're good to go. No problem, Muhammad. I mentioned 3D model. May I show you something? If the Zoom will let me send it. I don't think the Zoom will let you send it. You may send it through email. I'm not quite sure whether the Zoom can send or not. Yeah. Recently, emails lost lost pretty frequently. Wow, you are doing pretty good thing. Oh, sorry. You're doing pretty good. I hope you can. I mean, insist on the things you like. There are not so many people like this. It's not easy. Even for me, I would better to do full stack or the back end or even Android Studio. I don't like 3D modeling, but for this semester, they are asking for a lecturer, and in our PhD group, it seems that only me have the time and some little background to teach the 3D things there. But what I am teaching them is a little bit difficult. It's a little bit different. I'm teaching them using the Pygame to create 3D mesh. I can show you. Oh, web development it's a good course and can help you to get a job easily. But the thing is that for the web development, it's quite easily to be replaced by AI. So it's better for you to learn something making you a little bit unique, like the C++, the server development, or game development, or maybe even when you are getting into a master's degree, doing something like machine learning engineer things. Oh, Microsoft Office is okay. That thing is useless. I would say you are not as long only if you are going to secure a job like an office assistant. The Microsoft Office is fine. If you are doing with IT, truly IT, okay, I would say that it's a useless course there, right? Let me show you what I did. This is a homework. Okay, this is a homework by my students in Medgar Evers College, and recently I teach them using the meshes. Let me see whether you can current file. Doing thing. It's difficult. So they don't like my course. We are doing more things with coding rather than Blender things. But it's okay. I promise them as long as they finish their homework, I will guarantee them A minus because I know it's a difficult course. But for our Java, I can only guarantee B plus, okay? Because we have a lot of homework you didn't submit. So I have to distinguish some students who get B plus and A minus or even A plus. But if you are submitting everything, homework, and you are doing your exams good, you can easily get an A plus in my course. Okay, if you don't have any questions, you can leave now. And I will share Joanna's homework. I will share the Blender homework to my Magda Evers College students. They will know that there is another things in computer graphics, although I didn't teach them. I don't want them to hate me. It's a nice picture. All right. Good night, Joanna. Okay, for Edwin. Oh, of course. For Edwin, please write an email to me, okay? What kind of the recommendation you need, and give me a template. Okay, or even the whole class, if you need recommendation letter or anything in the forms of recommendation or verify your performance of the course, just drop me an email. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? I want to help you. And yeah, my email is on the Brightspace, or I can type it to you. Currently, this email is still in use. All right, if you don't have any questions, you can leave now. No problem. If you didn't receive my response, and you can go to LinkedIn. You know LinkedIn, my LinkedIn. You can drop me a message if I didn't reply to you in time. Let me give you my LinkedIn. Okay, thank you. See you guys.